Damn. Looks like Eastern Washington out here sometimes. Though we will say it is not. Hey, why it is how it do what it does. Damn Cam coming to you from the damn cab of the damn truck, leaving the damn cabin and future site of the damn studio. That's right, we'll do a little 360 action. We got an in and an out here. That's right, big ballin'. Matter of fact, we better go out the out. Whoa! It's alright. Usually this helps because, I usually just eat after locking up and then, get a little natural pick action. Alright, well, you probably heard today the price was wrong. That is, Bob Barker passed away. Although, you know what? 99 ain't bad. That is a full life and quite the life he did lead, right? He was probably instrumental to many 80s and 90s kids staying home from school, faking sick, and watching daytime television. That's right, that was never us. No, really it wasn't, because we did grow up in the 90s. We are a product of the 90s, and that being said, we're 9 years old in 2001. This is quite the interesting turn of events, as we already talked about earlier today when we actually heard this morning, making the rounds as we do. And we distinctly remember Bob Barker passing away years ago. And interestingly enough, we looked up on Google. Bob Barker passed away and in the top 5 results years ago. So other people within the top 5 results today was Bob Barker died a few years ago. So that definitely warrants some sort of a Mandela effect approach when thinking about another late great legend that is now checked into the gates of heaven, presumably. Well, our brakes definitely work. How's it going? I think there may be the first skid mark we've ever left in Yoda back there. Well, that's what we get. We weren't even looking at the damn cam. We were actually more focused on the stuff in the back and the story. The story is that of, well, Alex Trebek was up there, though we don't remember him passing more than once. We'll keep this rather short. We released a live video within the last couple days. It's definitely worth a damn laugh. We recommend that one go check that out if one wants to see a little bit more about the future DaamnageReport location. That is the HOVE, we call it the Hove. That is Hawaiian Ocean View Estates, or simply Ocean View. It is the largest subdivision in the country. It spans miles and miles, and just the roads that are marked, if you were to drive the speed limit on every road that was marked within this subdivision, it would take you 23.5 hours, assuming you didn't have to stop for gas. That is an interesting video. You can check that out. Quality is awful, but it is eventually going to be archived anyway, as much of this will once we actually have the studio up and running and we are entertaining guests, so to speak, we will be filing pretty much everything away into like some sort of a PD folder that is pre-DAM. And then AD, of course, is already after DAM. I mean, it's already been well documented as the early homogenistic, that's not right, humanistic history. Why are we using this voice? Well, we'll tell you. We've been studying for a role for quite some time now, and this is the particular accent that the role called for. And we figured we would oblige. So far, we think we're kind of butchering it, to be honest with you. I mean, you know, the guy talks very, 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 very uniquely, and it can be hard to know when to enunciate, to, you know, further illustrate syllables or determine the pause of different intervals. It can be integral. What are we talking about? Well, we're talking about characteristics. That is the character set of... See, that's the other thing about some of these streets is you may not have a stop sign, but a lot of people do not stop here in Ocean View. As a matter of fact, our former employer got hit in an intersection here not too long ago, probably within the last week. Didn't get hurt. His vehicle, his truck was totaled. Somebody ran the stop sign, we believe, and smashed into the side of him. Now, that is definitely reason for concern and serves as a warning to us to check the intersections. And you know what? It's probably not a good idea if you turn your lights off before you get to the stop sign, so that you can see if anybody's actually coming, so that you may not have to completely stop. That might not be the best idea. We're just saying. Though we may also have thought otherwise. Not saying that we've done that. Not saying we haven't. That's what these are for now, right? We got a little bit of nightshade driving. Here we are, Aloha Boulevard, baby. We were cruising down Outrigger, and Outrigger is sort of home to a lot of the wild dog situation. Also another video that we tried to do justice, though the quality was outrageously awful. So we can edit this. We won't, but we could. Yeah, so we have a problem with wild dogs here in the Hove. It's a problem that was addressed differently at one time with a spay and neuter approach, something like Mr. Barker himself tried to promote at the end of nearly every episode of The Price is Right. But spaying and neutering hasn't been enough, as these are not just the procreated pets that are now wild, semi-domesticated animals that roam free in the Hove. These are wild, feral, and sometimes ravenous dogs. We'll bring up once again the death that happened up on Outrigger just last month, earlier this month, weeks ago, when a man was attacked by 4 dogs. It's just awful. From what we understand, the authorities here used to round up these animals and euthanize them. That was no longer practiced, either because the problem was sufficiently remedied, or because the climate may have changed in favor toward more humane approaches. That being said, we will say the time for more humane approaches has passed, when it is no longer safe to walk the streets in the community of which you are raising your children That's a real problem. Either somebody needs to go out and round them up and turn them over to the county at the county official building, right? Or it'll be open season. And unfortunately, that means a lot of good homeless animals will be taken out as a result. We suggest that we be proactive in this and eliminate the amount of animals that will be subject to this sort of harm, but allow us to target the ones that will enact harm on us, right? We propose a discussion in the least. This will be posted not only on the Dam Talk official community forum, but as well as all the Dam Talk DJO outlets that we post on pre-dam, PD. PD, people will think we're talking about police department, but we're talking pre-dam, that's right. We will have the construction of the dam studio overseen, and we will oversee, I suppose that's right, and we will proceed in formation. That's right, people proceed in formation, and we put facts before folks. We also put facts before folks, and what we mean is, it's the what more than the who. Here's another gorgeous sunset here in the IOB from the HOVE, the future site of Dam Talk and the episodic interview podcast that is to come, DJO. Don't just obey. See, that was a little bit more in character for what we're aiming for anyway. It seems that Canada is now on fire, and this is in the wake of being right next door to what is now the worst fire in modern history in all of America, the most deadly as well, maybe ever, with nearly 200 people now confirmed dead and over 800 still missing. We have found somewhat of a champion of a channel based right on Maui. This guy named Eric and his channel Real Estate Hawaii. Real Estate Hawaii. Very, very informative, also very helpful, and we have posted a video with links to his channel and his groundwork effort to provide some relief, but also bring information straight from Maui. For instance, there is another wildfire on Maui that started today, roughly anywhere between 1 and 3 o'clock today, August 26th, 2023. Now, this deadly fire happened back on August 7th and burned until roughly the 13th. Canada, though, as we mentioned before, is seeing what is arguably the worst wildfire they've ever seen. In fact, we've seen some footage, and it is, I mean, it's unbelievable. It looks like the California wildfires that we used to be next door to, if you will, next door state to. And it looks like somebody put a magnifying glass over the computer screen that's showing those California fires. And you know that magnifying glass feature? They pulled that up and put that over there, and that's what it looks like, because it is such a vast amount of space. Not that California is anything to balk at, but this densely populated forest in Canada is like California forest on top of California forest on top of California forest. And unfortunately, their fearless leader can't be can't be counted on to do a damn thing except maybe try and make a little money in the process and persecute those that try and do the same. Now, we are not Canadian citizens. We are neighbors to the south. We have information from a prominent Canadian citizen. That is Dr. Jordan Peterson. And he's told us pretty much everything we need to know about Justin Trudeau. He ain't very Trudeau. In fact, he should be false, though, if his name was to represent what he is and what he's about. False? No! Boom, bop. So we'll bring the damn and the talk, as well as the cam, on the cam, while trying to bring the conversation to spark the dialectics that will be necessary in order to determine what the truthful narrative is. What started the Maui wildfires on August 7th? What started the Mauna Kea Resort and Kohala Ranch fires on August 7th? Now, we were not just right next door to that fire. In fact, back on the 7th, as per the initial Dam wildfire report, number 1, I believe, we were pretty much caught in the midst of the outskirts of the Kohala Ranch fire, only to find out later about Maui. And even that evening, we were under the impression that only 6 people passed away. As was the best-selling Amazon book, Fire and Fury, came out August 10th, 3 days after the fire started. This complete manifesto by Dr. Miles Stones appeared on Amazon as a bestseller with misinformation, such as 6 people died, fires ended on the 11th, not the 13th, with misinformation galore, as well as a name that just immediately tipped us off. I mean, come on, people. Dr. Milestones? Milestones, really? Yes, it's safe to say we need to really check the information and the legitimacy of the outlets we consume. Now, Damn Talk, whoa, we'll be right up front with our illegitimacy. That's for damn sure. But we will not say any damn thing that we do not believe to be true. We will defend your right to say whatever damn well you believe. And we are asking you, if you are a Hawaii local or a Hawaii native, and you have information or insight into these wildfires, come on over to our community at locals.com. We are a group of free-thinking, non-denominational, truth-seeking ledge walkers, determined to find the truthful narrative through discourse with different and like-minded individuals in a unrestricted community format, as well as the upcoming Don't Just Obey podcast, where we will sit down with community members and shoot the shit, essentially satisfying what has been the most inquisitive of minds we remember inhabiting on this journey so far. This is Damn Cam, signing off. That damntalkspot.locals.com, THATDAMNTALKSPOT.LOCALS.com, where people precede information. Session out. You know, interestingly, More people are afraid of public speaking than they are dying. It's quite an interesting little tidbit of information that we figured we'd share with you. This is that CBD weed. It's got like maybe a % of THC, but it's mainly CBD straight from the club. You know, that's what some of the locals here call it, the club. We were actually in a smoke circle the other day for the first time in quite a while, we will say. And they refer to the medicinal product as the club weed. It's in stark contrast to the homegrown. Even the homegrown can be quite tasty. Better go lock this gate. Alright, mic test over.